These are great little canapes, or just something to have if you're doing an Indian meal for friends with drinks. In here I've got 250 grams of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and next going in I've got 125 grams of butter. Now you want to work quite fast with this, and using the tips of your fingers turn it into breadcrumbs, light breadcrumbs. Heat your oven to 180 degrees and line a baking sheet with either silicone or baking paper. You can see what I'm doing, and you can see it's now the consistency of breadcrumbs. Next going in, I've got 2 bird-eye chilies which I have finely chopped and I have de-seeded. I've also got I think it's actually just over a teaspoon of grated ginger. That's going in. I've got a tablespoon of chopped coriander and a tablespoon of chopped mint. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of garam masala. They are garam masala scones after all. I've got 30 ml of milk, and I'm going to add 60 ml of buttermilk. There we go. And 1 beaten egg. Then, using a knife, the same as you would with just normal scones, start cutting into it and bringing it together. Oh! That's the cat. Tip it out onto a very well floured board. Plenty of flour, and you want to make it about 2 centimetres thick. Then you want to decide what size you want to make them. You could make them, you know, really quite small, but I'm going to make mine this sort of size. So I'm not sure how many this will make. We'll see. So you can start by, you want a little pile of flour, dip the ring in the flour and start punching them out. That's why you need to dip it in the flour. And pop them on a baking tray. I've run out of space. Make sure that you distance them apart because they will get bigger. Don't worry about the little bits, because we will mush it all back together and there'll be no waste. I hope the cat's all right after that crash. She just jumped up onto a window ledge that has got a cactus on, and I think she touched the cactus and it made her jump, and she's disappeared now. I will go and check her for spikes when this is done. I'm not being a particularly neat cook. Baking is not my forte, but I do love these. So I've mushed it all back together, the little pieces, and I'm just going to punch out the last few. Paint the tops with milk and sprinkle each one with a few mustard seeds, black mustard seeds. And these will go in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes until they're risen. And have a nice bit of colour on. And here they are. The first lot I had to dump in the bin because I'd knocked the oven up to 280 degrees and I burnt them to a crisp. I've just made another batch. This is the way I would serve them at a drinks party, is cut them in half. Pick a chutney that you like. You could use anything. You could use onion marmalade. I'm using sweet pepper chutney. You could put mango chutney on. And then just decorate it with a little bit of coriander. And just serve them like that, and they're absolutely messy. Crumbly, light, really tasty.